Hey buddy.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to my garage.
Welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to be talking the Cardo Freecom 4 Plus, a year in review. Yeah, and the question that I asked, the sort of subject matter for the video was, is the Cardo Freecom 4 Plus worth it? Is it worth the $300 Australian price tag?
Yeah, is it worth it?
So for me personally, I found that the voice recognition was pretty hit and miss, and it worked sometimes it would work 1 in 3, so I would have to say the same thing 3 times. Sometimes it would kind of work 2 times in a row, so it was between sort of 30 to 60% kind of strike rate. It's very seldom that it would work, say, 5 times in a row, I would say.
That was a preferential feature that I liked about it, was the safety feature of being able to control it via voice recognition.
Yeah, not taking your hands
off the wheels. Yep. I mean, I'm busy just holding on for grim death and screaming silently in the helmet anyway.
Yeah.
So that, I don't know whether I'm not speaking clear enough, whether it may be the accent.
You do mumble a bit. Just...
That's again because I'm clenched teeth and screaming silently in my helmet, being new to riding and all that. But I was really disappointed. I just could not get her to understand what I was saying, and several times just you have to say each word individually.
Yep. Hey, Cardo, music on, and then it sort of works. Well,
I'd be lucky if I got it 10% of the time.
Really?
In all honesty, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
And then you get frustrated with it that you then have to pull over. I'm not confident enough to be able to play around, find the buttons. These buttons are more accessible than a lot that are out there on the market.
The design of the unit is one of the things that I do like about it.
One thing I don't mind about it is the scrolly wheel. So if you need to put volume up, it's very easy just to hit it and just scroll it up or down.
Yep. Or you hit it. Hit it to stop and start.
Yeah. I do like the fact the ambient background pickup.
Yeah. That works really well.
When you've got it really loud and then you pull up, it actually turns itself down.
Yeah.
But the voice recognition was one of the key features that I wanted in the unit, and it just doesn't work for me.
Yep. And I'm just wondering if we thought it might be like a firmware update. We've both done the firmware updates.
All the time. Every time before I go riding, anytime now, I check and make sure it's got the current firmware update. I make sure my phone is an updated one.
I mean, do you use voice recognition like Siri?
In my Apple CarPlay, in my vehicles all the time.
And what's your experience with that? Because I don't...
Perfect.
Yep.
Absolutely not.
Do you feel like it gets to know you? Like there's almost intelligent stuff.
May have hit on her a few times on those long, lonely rides, but yeah.
How did you respond?
Like every girl in high school, still wants to just be friends.
Gosh, yeah. I mean, she's got a lot.
That's me. I lived my high school career in the friend zone, consistently. But anyway, we're
made up for it.
No, I didn't. Never made up for it.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Anyway, we digress. I was really disappointed. I looked at the other features of it, but the voice recognition was one of the key ones that I really wanted to work. And
that's what separated it from the cheaper unit that we had.
It certainly did, yeah.
It's
but also the ease of being able to use it manually.
Yes, yeah.
Again, we digress.
Yeah.
To me, it's a fail on behalf. And again, I don't know whether it's just I'm not speaking clearly enough.
Yeah.
Or I've tried accents. I've tried to break it right down, louder, softer. I've even got a little forceful with it. We'll move on from the voice recognition.
Yep.
The other disappointing thing for this is I find range. Range, it drops out. It's not as
600 meters, maybe 800. Not even a kilometer.
But even line of sight, that it gets really crackly, crumbly.
It's got that. I call it the Bluetooth braking sound. It's it's hard to even replicate, but there's a particular sound that Bluetooth devices seem to make when they start to lose connection. At around 100 to 110 kilometers an hour, and it's not the wind noise that we're talking about. It's like it almost sounds like it's trying to do push to talk, or it's struggling with the wind noise to differentiate between the wind noise, or it's picking up your voice, the wind noise, and thinking it's your voice and kind of cutting in and out.
Previously, with our older, cheaper units, you lose visual line of sight, you'd lose contact.
Yes, like
we
if you
can,
go
we
over
can,
a mountain.
we can lose contact and still have line of sight with the Cardo units. Which I find extremely disappointing for the price. We've actually said we had better range with the old
I reckon it's
Pod Sport cheap, whatever the BT
generic,
whatever we had, the original ones.
Yeah.
Whereas I was really looking forward to having this, being a lesser skilled rider, I drop behind a lot, and I like to
be able to
communicate. So that, to me, that's disappointing. I mean, the crackly. We've tried all different types of settings, arrangements.
We've tried getting rid of the phone, so just having them connect directly to each other. So
and look, we've played around with voice activation.
Yeah, we changed all the settings.
Changed all the settings.
Yep, the sensitivity.
We've looked online to see if anyone else has had similar problems or found a solution. Look, anyone from Cardo, reach out to Matt on his channel. Give him an update. If there is a particular setting that helps or benefits.
There was a particular comment that came up on the video that is kind of relevant at this point. It was in French, so I had to Google translate it. But basically, the person said that they had trouble, the same issues as us. And from what I understood, was they mentioned that they reached out to Cardo and didn't really get much of a response for them.
We'd appreciate it if anyone wants to get back and we can do an update again.
How's your French?
Impossible.
Basically what he's saying is what we're talking about. The range is not great.
That's how I summed it up.
You bought it on Amazon and maybe that was the issue. Like maybe Amazon's customer service wasn't great. A couple of questions about, compatibility with various helmets. I mean, that's something that you'd have to ask yourself. Can you use the voice commands for Google Assistant or Siri? Yes, that actually works pretty well. It works better than not for you.
Not for me. I've tried that as well. I thought maybe if I try to ask for Siri rather than Cardo, that I might be able to activate things differently. But even then, I don't know whether it's just me. It's not microphone placement. The microphone's right up front. I think it may be just the way.
It just doesn't
work for me.
Okay.
I mean, no matter what settings we've tried, I've tried to replicate the settings that you've got.
We've tried that. Well. We've played around with all those things.
I mean, there's obviously people interested in the product.
Yes.
And they're interested to know. I mean, it's like me. I researched the hell out of all the products. I researched this for Cena and everything that I came back for, the voice recognition, the coverage, the functionality.
They reckon was better.
Was better.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I'm yet to see it.
Let's talk about some of the positives. So
the speakers in these things are really good.
Much better.
I enjoy my Cardo more when I'm solo riding. If I want to play some music or listen to directions, extremely clear. One of the things we touched on at the early one is the usability of it. Even though the voice recognition doesn't work for me, the usability and the functionality of the layout of the unit it's a lot more.
It's very
less
simple.
Intrusive. Like you look at the Cena units, they're quite large.
Yeah, it's a really nice, sleek, slimline design.
You can barely notice it's on your helmet. You barely notice it's there. It charges very quickly. The battery time on it.
Fantastic.
You barely need to charge it.
We've done a whole day of riding from sunrise to sunset, and it's been at like 70%.
Yeah.
So what that actually means.
Well, you don't have to charge it overnight.
Yeah.
And then you've got it for the next day for the ride back. The other good thing about it is the auto connect. Once you've connected to somebody, it just picks it up.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, you're not mucking around.
Yep.
If you go on a ride and then 3 months later you go on a ride.
And the ease to reconnect. Like if you don't want to talk to somebody, you can go, I'm signing off.
You just go
click.
One button.
And then if you want to connect again, you just click it real quick.
I think there may be a voice command for that. I think it's intercom off. Yeah, the voice commands are not really intuitive. You have to kind of.
They're not very easy.
Almost like you need a cheat card.
Second language. This one really disappointing. It was like going to see your most wanted favourite movie on the big screen, and then sitting next to that guy, crackling that packet of chips all the time, the whole way through the movie. Like you really wanted to enjoy it.
Yeah.
But you just can't focus on that crackliness.
Pros, nicely designed, long battery life, scrolly wheels, really good.
Sleek looking unit.
Nice.
It's not intrusive on your helmet. There's no wind drag.
Yeah.
What,
Depends on where you put it.
just depends on where you put it.
Yeah.
And I must admit, when you do hear, the clarity is amazing. You don't hear wind noise. There's no background with it.
Yeah.
I must admit, when you get over that crackliness and you
It's
can
really
actually
good.
communicate well, it is really clear and crisp.
So yeah, the speakers are good, the design is good, the scrolly wheel is awesome, the simplicity of the buttons is good.
The connectivity to the riders.
Yep,
when you
the
want to
ease of
connect it.
use, the ease of use,
And the app is quite easy to negotiate.
It's quite straightforward. So the downside, I guess, is the range and the lack of clarity, the kind of cutting in and out, crackling sound that you might experience. So,
and for me, it's the voice recognition.
And the voice recognition, whether that's an iOS, Apple problem.
Happy to hear it for anyone who's been able to solve it. That'd be great.
Being able to hear voice prompts for your navigation, that all works really well. Would you buy another one, or would you try another brand?
I would probably try the Cena.
I think
if the Cena came down a little bit in price point.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I'd pay the extra for the Cena just in case it was the same issues. I'm on the fence as well. I'm undecided. I think there's huge potential in it, and I think all the features that we were sold on, we wanted it. If they were all working perfectly,
It would definitely be.
Hands up, 10 stars. 5.
It's not so bad
up,
that you're going to return it, or that, do you know, I mean, it's too late now because it's not under the return policy.
I was in two minds the first day we took it out. Like when we spent all that money.
We
spent the first day money, and we did the review on the unboxing, and then we went that next day, and I went, "Shit, this isn't working."
Yeah.
Like that was so crackly, and it took us a while to get some settings right.
Yeah. Definitely. Playing around with the settings.
Perseverance with it initially. But having some feedback on whether or not we've got it right.
Yeah.
I'm undecided. Not sold. But too late. I've already bought it.
Yeah, pretty much. And not prepared to spend like $400 on a may.
I'm not prepared to throw it out. I think it's definitely not. Look, this is crap. Throw it in the bottom drawer, never use it again, and go back to the old one.
Yeah, awesome. Comments down below. We really love your feedback. We love your questions. We love to sort of nut this out. Tell us what your experiences have been, and let us know.